Oh shit, right in my face. Okay, let's see. Grand Rising. I know I said I was gonna do a look today. I lied. I wanted to talk when I woke up because I woke up in the bedroom. I woke up feeling well. So sometimes people give a look and they be feeling like crap, girl. I'm looking like crap, but I feel good. It's like, girl, we'll do a look another time, girl. Another day, girl. So I'm really excited. You all good, sunshine. Thank you, baby. So I'm gonna let this music play while I drink the coffee a little bit. But I did some root work last night. I did some shadow work to like kind of figure out. We saving a look for later, yeah. What did you do with little girl? Yes, honey. We'll do that later, honey. Let the skin rest. But this one of the songs that I want to go into the studio with, and this beat, I'm actually fixing to release the songs that I had, the videos that I had set to private with empathy. But this song is one of the songs that I want to do when I go in the studio, and I had sung it on that video, and it's so crazy that me and her ended, I said that the last time, like we literally um took space from her after that video, and the name of the song was I Got Room. And when I was singing it, she didn't resonate with the song. It was for me. And it was so crazy because, I mean, literally the day that I sung the song, me and her, ended up, taking space from each other, and we haven't been, we haven't been in the same space since. But the name of the song is called I've Got Room. And it's really about like taking space from people that you love, taking space that people that you care for, because when you start to look at this thing in a celestial way, you have to understand that it's beautiful when you come into alignment with people, when you make those connections with people, when you have those seasons with people, but you're not always meant to be in alignment with some people. Some people are just not your cosmic soulmate. You know how you can have those people that y'all might spend a little bit less time with each other. Y'all might not be ace boon coon and do everything together, but y'all still love each other. Y'all still call each other and check on each other every day. Like I have people like that. Like at one time, me and my daughter Pernisha, we was like Simone and Pumbaa. Like we was like Laurel and Hardy. Like where wherever she was, I was. Wherever I was, she was. Like we did everything together, and we are not like that anymore. She have her own life and I have my own life, but we still call each other and talk to each other on the phone all the time. And it's because sometimes, the ancestors gave me this revelation last year. We are really like the trees. Like we're so connected to the trees. It's ridiculous like how close we are to the trees. Hey, 100% pure love. We are so close to the trees. I like Like, you know how the trees, when they're growing under the ground, the roots get so long under the ground that, trees can't stand next to each other. So if you've had relationships with people for 10 and 15 years and it feels like y'all growing apart, y'all not necessarily growing apart as much as if you don't move the location, your roots will begin to strangle each other under the ground because you're too close together. You need more room, to actually thrive. You need space in order to thrive. And so, I've been looking at some of the relationships that I've been in, and I see how much I'm growing, as a person. And it's like what you said in another live, 100% pure love. Being around certain people will actually impede your growth, and I'm. It's time for me to grow more, and with certain people around me, it kind of gives me an excuse not to grow. And so when yeah, because certain people create this safety net where you don't have to grow. Like it's like, oh, like because they're not growing, they're comfortable where they are, and you see this, and so it makes you comfortable where you are. And then when you start to grow around them, it looks like y'all gonna be in that cage, y'all keep on. Then when you start to grow around them, because they're not growing or because they've gotten comfortable in the space that they are, then it creates conflict. Y'all start to clash. And so I'm in a season of my life where, the ancestors that want me to be here, that want me to continue to participate in this game, that's not ready for me to come back to the astral plane, because I be talking to them. I be like, look, what are we doing? Y'all let Nazis take over. The people erasing the community from the history books. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? You've been letting some of my sisters get the hell up out of here. Why I'm still here? Because I've been complaining. Like, what's the tea? Like, what are we doing? So, the ancestors who feel like, okay, well, you got a couple of more pieces to play. You got some more things you got to do before it's your time to chalk up the deuces and get up out of that hellhole. Is like they're setting me apart. Like they're taking all my excuses not to grow. They're taking all of my excuses to be complacent. They're taking all of my excuses to stay in the same place, and they're moving them out of my life. That's literally, like, the people who are following this platform, you're watching it real time. Like, you're seeing all of the people who I love and care for, but I've been falling out with them left and right, because everything that makes it okay for me to stay in the same place mentally, emotionally, physically, everything that makes it okay for me to revert back to certain behavior, everything that makes it okay for me to do certain things that are keeping me from becoming this person, this level of being that I'm supposed to be, it's all being removed. And it's not to say that they're bad people. It's not to say that anything wrong with them. It's not to say that they're the villains. It's that's definitely not what this is about. It's not about villainizing any of them. Although, I felt the way about the whole, the one that I call Mata. I felt the way. Oh, I felt more. I think that's the one that I felt more a way about than all of it. Like, because I've known, like, even though we haven't been in each other's life consistently for 20 something years or 30 something years, I've known them since I was 14 years old, and I'm getting ready to be 47. So that was the one that I think I felt the most away about. Like, like I felt the way about the stuff that's been going on with empathy, but not like I felt with Mata. Like, that really, like, that plucked me. TS Clean House. TS Fabulosa. Y'all is every person you fall, any person you fall out with is out of alignment with your frequency. TS Pray. That's how you spell prayed up. Spawns of Satan. TS Shepherds of the Devil. Y'all is doing too much in this comment section. I can tell them shepherds of the devil. Anyone jealous of you being the best is an op. Stuck and bound. The wrong people will have you stuck. Some people can be a distraction and drag you back down. Girl, we done had to boot some people out of here already, y'all. Yeah, so that's been, and so because I'm going through, so many shifts in this season of my life, so many people, because the one who I called Mada, that was the person that I called sometimes for like guidance, for advice. They would call me sometimes after my lives and after my post, and they would help me to process. And the ancestors was like, "You don't need that perspective anymore. You don't need that perspective anymore. Be grateful for the season that y'all had reconnecting, but you don't need that anymore. Where you're going, what you need to do." It's certain people that I always thought would be like older than me, certain people that I thought would give me counsel, certain people that I thought that would be my advisors as elders. And I fell out with two of my elders, in the past year. And that was hard for me. I didn't had to take space from two of my elders. The one who I was mentoring, I've had to take space from them. Um, Me and Pernisha went through a rough patch last year, but we bounced back from it better than ever. And I don't want people to ever think that the people that are in my life, because people have said this to me, and I want to be clear. Everybody in my life is not somebody who just agree with everything I say or get along with everything I say. Because if that was the case, I would have way more support on everything that I do. Like people like to make up that excuse. Oh, you want somebody to always agree with you. You try to control people's mind and tell people how to think. People will try to use that on me in a minute because they feel like that's a way to get to me. But if I was sitting up here around here controlling people and manipulating people's minds, then I would have way more visual support if everybody that was in my life, I was around here controlling their thoughts and telling them what to do. Actually, in my growth, like when I was younger, I did used to want to dominate the conversation and get the last word. I'm a lot more patient with people, but when you start yelling at me, like these are triggers for me. When you start yelling at me, when you start threatening me, when you start doing things like that, then that's when you create hold on. For some reason, y'all feeling real playful. Y'all gonna be in that cage in a minute. You feeling real playful today, Fed. You know what? Stay on this side. But you're interrupting my live. Yeah, but The babies is cutting up, child. But yeah, and so like just being in this space of my life where, even romantically, things are changing, things are shifting, and by everything changing so fast, it's like it's bringing up emotions for me. It's like, because I know I was watching Empathy the other day, and I commented up under the videos. I was watching her the other day, and she was making posts talking about this lady. That's why I made the video that I made about using the F word. She was talking about this, like in the video, the lady, the girl didn't take no accountability. She was like, I might have been having a rough day. People have rough days, like making excuses for her behavior, but standing 10 toes down on mine. Like, no, if you were having a rough day and you were being disrespectful, don't graze over that. Don't diminish that. Don't belittle that. Say, I could see why this person was upset with me because I came into her space with negative energy. I don't have to have grace for you. I don't have to be patient. I don't always have to be the bigger person. That's not how life works. When you do fuck shit, take take the take responsibility for the energy that you are carrying with you, that you're carrying around with you. Don't try to make that somebody else's problem. Don't try to make that somebody else's issue. If you came over with some stank ass issue, don't graze over that. Don't belittle that. Don't diminish that. Don't trivialize that. Hold your feet to the fire and say, yes, I came by her house with some stank ass, rotten ass, trifling ass, booger ass, dookie ass energy, and she let me hold it. She called me a fag. She said I sounded stupid because I came over there with some nasty ass, booger ass energy. Don't make excuses for your shit and then try to place it all on me, because we wasn't sitting around here laughing and joking, and all of a sudden I just wore you out and called you a fag. No, you were cutting up. You were doing too much. You were being obnoxious, and that's how you got called a fag. And it's so crazy. The video that I share as an Easter Sunday message when we're out on 125th and we're doing street ministry together, which is so funny. When we got ready to do the street ministry, I was calling it street ministry, and she was telling all her friends we're about to perform. Bitch, we're not performing. This is street ministry. What the fuck are you talking about? We're not doing a concert. This not a like me and her clashed that day because she kept telling everybody on the phone, we about to perform, we about to perform. No, we're doing street ministry. That's street ministry. We're not performing. It's a street ministry. So we have difference of opinions all the time. Like, I didn't live for that at all. But she kept telling all her friends, we about to perform, we about to perform. Because that's what it's about for you. It's about, you're an entertainer. I'm not an entertainer, I'm an artist. I'm a storyteller. I do street ministry. I don't entertain. Entertainers distract people. Art makes people look at the truth, makes people inspect the truth. Art is how you take your reality and you transform it to give truth out of it that can be healing and transformative for people. So anyway, in that video, and it was so funny because I said I was gonna share that video months ago. Like, I had already had it in my mind that I was gonna share that video. Even before me and her had the big falling out, I was gonna share that video. So I still shared it despite what was going on with me and her. And in the video, it's so funny that in the video, I call myself, I said society sees us as punks, fags, and sissies. Now, I had to bleep out the word fag because TikTok be wearing it out for that word, but That was one of the words. I said punk, fag, sissy. I called myself because I said that's how society sees all of us. And it's so funny that you conveniently try to make it look like I'm exalting myself over you and I'm belittling you, calling you this, when I literally have got out here on a megaphone and yelled that society sees us all as punks, fags, and sissies. Girl, and so I just thought, sharing that and seeing what I was saying in that video just really seemed time, just really, really just show you how people are trying to manipulate you and make you out to look like this person when really honestly and truly it's something totally different. Like sharing that video was just so appropriate. It was not because of what's going on between me and her, but it just fits so well. Like seeing me get on the mic and talk in front of all of those people that was passing by and take ownership of how that word has been used, how that's how society sees us. And then for her to conveniently try to use it like I'm just calling her that. Oh, I could never. They don't see me as no punk or no fag or no sissy because I'm a sex change. I'm that girl. No, the society don't see me as a punk, fag, and a sissy, but they do see you as one. Now, truth be told, more people, more than often, she probably is seen as a fag, and it's because of the way that she carry herself. But again, that's another truth hurt situation. Grand Rising, Sharonda. Certain people you have to see the potential in and actually help you in a certain point in your life hits different when you let them go because you exposed them. You expected them to be in your life forever. Yeah. Grand Rising, sweetie, to the people that spin narratives is the ones that do the manipulating and the foolishness. The cats cutting up. They sure was. Things are not meant to stay the same. Everything is meant to change. And then sometimes it'll go back to. But things have to be recalibrated. Be responsible on what you put into the universe. Yes. She was thinking it was an entertainment scene, right? She was for the drama and the theatrics. T.S. baby mama in this bitch drama fucks with him. I fucks bad, bitch. Very much. I know pretending. I know pretending to be a victim while knowing you did hella wrong is exhausting and tiresome at some point. Keep it a being. T.S. accountability. Exactly. That bitch did the video, and this what you heard. And every time she do videos, this what that bitch give. They did, they said, and they was, and this is, and them. And then when she talk about what she did, she'll graze over it and minimize it and try to make it small, like it wasn't really like how could you get upset over that? I always do that. This is just because you always act like that. Just because that's always your attitude, just cause that's always your behavior, does that make it right? People get tired of that shit. People, just because that's how you've always been, it's called other people being patient with you. It's called other people trying to have faith that you will grow out of that you'll change. That's what people are doing. People are trying to have grace with you. People are trying to have patience with you. Why do you expect all of this grace and patience for you when you have none for other people? You expect for me to have all this grace for you when you having a bad day, all this patience for you when you're having a bad day, all of this peace and all this calm when you're in a terrible mood. But then the moment when I let you have it, I can't believe this lady, somebody who I look up to, somebody who I respect, somebody who helped to change my life. I came, girl, if you don't sit your foolish ass down somewhere. Even the strongest of us get tired. Even the strongest amongst us get weary. So, child, let me read you what I wrote last night. Girl, this is so good. So, this may become a poem. She pointing at imaginary non-binary people as the boogeyman, but never want to look in the mirror and see she was her own villain. TS, go sit the fuck down somewhere. Okay, so this is what I wrote last night, and it helped me to really kind of like deal with um everything that's going on, everything that's going on with me, because I was like trying to figure out like why was I so sad last night? Like I was really trying to figure out why, like where is like the heavy deep sadness coming from. And so I did some writing, and of course, writing takes you down a rabbit hole. I'm gonna do some painting today. I didn't get a real canvas. I got some cardboard yesterday, but I'm going to between now and tomorrow do some painting. Like I want to do some painting today to help me just kind of like recenter my energy and to help me begin to visualize some of the images that have been, taking place and taking center stage in my mind to help me kind of like recenter my energy and to help me kind of like get refocused, because it's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. Chill, I did not fast yesterday. I ate like a dog. And so it started when I hit that weed. And what I realized is I'm gonna have to really like, at sometime soon, like the weed really gotta go. Like I know it's not gonna happen tomorrow, but the weed really gotta go. Like the weed gotta go. Because between the weed, then the occasional alcohol and the meds and just everything that's going on, it's just I don't want to replace dick with comfort food, because the food is just as toxic as the drugs. And so I'm not really trying to consume more. I'm really not trying to take on more. I'm really not trying to put more things into my body. But the weed is, yeah, it's giving very much like I'ma really, really have to fall back from the weed, and I'm not there yet. That's a struggle. That's gonna be a challenge. Cause my daddy used to smoke weed until he couldn't anymore. His lungs, he's not supposed to be smoking nothing, but his ass will still hit a cigarette. My mama, she almost 70 and she still smoke weed. So it's like that's easier said than done. But I'm not gonna make any excuses. That really, I really gotta cut that out this year. And but anyway, let's get to the words. So, expressing, processing, grieving, mourning, and overcoming the loss of romantic intimacy, figuring out how to redirect that energy, healing the inner me, coming fully out of the sleep, coma, hibernation that made gods of halflings who multiplied themselves, their cells, like insects, cultivating and cultivated by incomplete religion, Cultivated by wait, I wanna read that again because this is good. Now get into it with me. Get into it with me and let me know your thoughts. Because it's still more on this, but I need to start that over. You really gotta get into this. Expressing, processing, grieving, mourning, and overcoming the loss of romantic intimacy, figuring out how to redirect that energy, healing the inner me, coming fully out of the sleep, coma, hibernation that made gods of halflings who multiplied themselves, their cells, like insects, cultivated by incomplete religious texts that dissect the divine body. The resurrecting of wholeness requires sacrifice. Jesus was crucified as a halfling and rose again whole. Jessica, which would be Jesus in the alternate reality if Jesus was the feminine version. Jessica was crucified as a halfling to evolve, morph, shapeshift, and come out of their cocoon whole. The caterpillar is a halfling. The butterfly is a whole one. Jesus could fly after he rose. Wow! Because if you think about it, the little part in the middle of the butterfly still looks like the caterpillar. The part in the middle before it gets the wings is still there. The little being in the middle still looks like the caterpillar. But after they come out of the cocoon, they come out whole and they're able to ascend. They're able to rise. I gotta read that again. Y'all gotta get into that again. Come on now. Let's get into it. Let's eat. Let's eat. We eat spiritual today, baby. We eat it today, baby. Let me read it again. Expressing, processing, grieving, mourning, and overcoming the loss of romantic intimacy, figuring out how to redirect that energy, healing the inner me, coming fully out of the sleep, coma, hibernation that made gods of halflings who multiplied themselves, their cells, like insects, cultivated by incomplete religious texts that dissect the divine body. The resurrection of wholeness requires sacrifice. Jesus was crucified as a halfling to rise again whole. Jessica, the polarity of Jesus on another reality, was crucified as a halfling to evolve, morph, shapeshift, come out of their cocoon as whole. The caterpillar is the halfling. The butterfly is the whole one. Jesus could fly after he rose. Huh. Girl. Coming fully, and that's what the depression has been about for me. I am mourning the loss of romantic relationships. I am mourning the loss of that connection. Like, and with everything else going on top of that, I have to mourn the loss because After my two partners passed, you would have thought I would have got the sign then that, hey, maybe you need to mourn the loss now. But that's not what happened. I didn't mourn the loss. I just recently started to accept that that on the physical plane, this is not what I need to be focused on, because in order to resurrect wholeness, a sacrifice has to be made. Sacrifices has to be made. I can't continue to give myself to halflings. I can't continue to lay down with halflings if I want wholeness to rise, if I want wholeness to resurrect, if I want the mother and the father to sit in solidarity on the throne as one, if I want they them to rise, if I want how we see ourselves to heal, I can't continue to partner myself with halflings. I can't continue to lay down with halflings. And so this is a grieving process. Like, I'm in a season of grief, and I realize that I have to sacrifice that connection, sacrifice that relationship in order to resurrect wholeness. Because the halfling has to be crucified. That halfling energy, the being within myself that loves halflings, that being has to be crucified. Like the halfling energy that I give off, trying to blend in with them, trying to be accepted by them, trying to be seen as them. That energy, I can no longer feed that energy. I can no longer fuel that energy. The halfling gotta go into the cocoon. The halfling gotta go into hibernation. The halfling gotta wake up from the coma as whole. The halfling gotta wake up from the deep sleep as whole. It's time for the halfling to go through the metamorphosis, and the halfling is not gonna go through the metamorphosis if I keep validating the halfling by laying down with the halfling and talking to the halfling like it's a whole one. My king, my God, my man, my soulmate, my other half. You are my king. You are my God. Papa, my other half. Like, really, like, exalting this halfling. Really, like, giving this halfling life. Oh, he is my king. Oh, he is the sun and I am the moon. No, bitch, we both the sun and the moon. He is the father and I am the mother. No, bitch, we both the mother and the father. No, sir, no, ma'am, we're both the mother and the father. You may be a little bit more of the father than me, and I may be a little bit more of the mother than you, but we both are everything. You are everything, and everything is you. Motherfucking Lauryn Hill said it too. Everything is everything, bitch. They've been telling us. Black women been telling us. Everything is everything. Motherfucker ask you how you doing. Everything is everything. Everything is everything, literally. So no, I'm not finna exalt your halflingness. I'm not going to put your halflingness on a pedestal. I'm not doing it, and that's a grieving process because I'm almost 50 years old, and so that's a lot of conditioning. Like, I had to I had to deprogram myself with the programming of being being groomed to become a man, or being groomed to be seen as a man in this reality. I successfully deprogrammed myself of that. Then I had to reprogram myself to see myself as a woman who was supposed to be the helpmate, who was supposed to be virtuous, who was supposed to be the rib, who was supposed to be, when a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing. Like I tried to program myself with that, and then I had to deprogram myself of that and reprogram myself to start seeing things as whole and to start looking at things as whole and to start looking at balance. But even when I started to reprogram myself, I wasn't really being honest about the fact that when you reprogram yourself and when you start to understand that you are whole and you start to see things around you in a different way, you cannot do the same things you used to do. Like they said, you can't pour old wine into new wineskins. You can't call yourself healing yourself and call yourself deprogramming yourself and then lay down with somebody who got the same toxic programming. Where they do that at? And so like there's a grieving period happening. I'm in mourning and I'm trying to figure out how to redirect that energy, all of that energy, and how to, continue healing me and continue working on my inner self and not giving to fleshly desires, not giving to earthly desires, not giving to physical temptation. And that's another reason why the drinking and the smoking really gonna have to stop. Because when I start to drink and smoke, even though I'm a lot better with it now, because baby, I've been drinking like a fish here lately. But the thing about that is I've noticed I'm picking weight back up because I've replaced sex with food. I've replaced intimacy with food. And so I feel the weight picking back up because I'm not finna go and have sex with nobody, but that White Castle do sound good with the bacon and cheese on it. I'm not finna go and have sex with nobody, but a two-piece with a chicken pot pie do sound good though. I'm not finna go and have sex with nobody, but a thin crust pizza, a thin crust pizza from Domino's do sound good. I'm not finna go sleep with nobody, but a plate of oxtails, bitch, with some mashed potatoes or some mac and cheese do sound good. Girl. You loved it, Anadia. Okay, it's like a bird is a halfling and dies, then resurrects as a whole phoenix. Oh my. Oh my, that's good. It hits deep as fuck. OMG. You're mourning the old version of you and your romantic counterparts getting through the cycle of a metamorphosis rebirth. Wow, yeah. At this point, the halfling will slow down your metamorphosis process. Yeah, because this is the cocoon phase. This is the cocoon phase. And what you do in that cocoon speaks to who you're going to be when you come out of it. And I'm struggling. I am struggling. I am struggling in this cocoon. And I think that's what the paralysis was about the other night. The paralysis was letting me know that this is my cocoon stage. This is my dormant, this is my preparation stage. This is my metamorphosis stage. This is my transition. And so I needed to physically be stilled. I needed to physically be stilled for it to click in my mind just what season this is. Because when this happened the last time, 10 years ago, this was right before I really, really started to follow the way of wholeness. Like, this was when I really accepted wholeness as the path. Mm-hmm. No, spiritually enabling and bypassing the halflings, right? They're not latching on my process to wholeness. They basically taking the easy way out. It takes layers of halfling skin to shed, like a snake shedding of dead skin and stepping into new skin. Half half keys don't open whole doors. You better say that. Look, man, you said the same thing. 100%. Half keys don't open whole doors. Uh-uh. That's shade. That's it right there. Half keys don't open whole doors, honey. TS8 piece fried chicken from Popeye. You are right. You are in a valley right now, and you got to pick which hill to climb. One side of dry choke a nigga biscuit and dirty rice and mac and cheese. Oh yes, the mac and cheesy. Wait. That's that's the struggle right now. That's the struggle right now. I've noticed it, honey. I think I lost 30 pounds and bitch I gained about 10 of them hoes. Bitch, I gained about 10 or 11 of them hoes, and I've been seeing them hoes consistently now for about 2 weeks. And I don't beat myself up about it when I'm in that space, but I do realize that all of this is a part of balance. All of this is a part of my healing process, and certain things I just, I we're in this phase of life where it's getting real. Everything, like, not to say that it hasn't been real, but now it's realer than it's ever been. If that makes any, this reality, this phase of the reality is realer than it's ever been. Shit is realer than it's ever been. It's realer than it's ever been. Like, and it ain't no more time. It is time. Right now it is time. It's time to really walk into the best version of yourself. And if other people are happy with where they are, that's good. I have to give people space because I know that I tend to be heavy, like, because one of my gay brothers, me and him is not as close as we used to be, but at one time he was very instrumental in my life. He was one of my brothers, like one of my black gay brothers in New Orleans, and he always kept it a beam with me. He always kept it a buck with me. Some of his politics I don't really care for, but he always kept it a buck with me, like, about how the world works. And he noticed that, he said, you can't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. And that's something that I did used to do. I used to feel like I had to save the world, and it was my responsibility. I had a savior complex. And I don't know, it was just because I've always felt that I was different and I was into that Bible. And once I realized that you can't save people, you can't save anybody, people have to save themselves, people have to want to change for themselves. Once I realized that, I stopped feeling like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I stopped feeling responsible for everybody. Because the truth is, you can't save everybody. The only person that you can really save is you. When you work on you, when you work on healing you, then you can begin to open the door for other people. You can begin to crack that door. You can begin to point them into the direction. But people have to go on their own. It's like that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. So do not exhaust yourself trying to get people to go to that water and drink. Because at the end of the day, when the bill come due and when it come time to pay the piper, when it come time to pay the check, you gonna pay for what you did. You gonna get what you paid for. You gonna get what you worked towards. And and the only thing I could do is worry about me and how I showed up. And so now it's time for me to start focusing on my writing, becoming more concise with my creative expression. That it's time for me to move into the season where my art and my creativity forms an arrow, and when I aim for something, I pierce it. This is it's time for my art not to be vague and not to be I'm scratching my head trying to figure this out. No, my art needs to become I need to become like channel some of that Sagittarius energy and become like an archer, be able to channel my polarity and become like an archer. And when I take aim with my arrow, when I aim for something, I need the bullseye. Bullseye. Put a bullseye in the chat. Because this is that season. It's the season to take aim. It's the season to be clear. It's the season to be direct. It's the season to aim at your mark, to aim at your goal, and to hit that bitch in the bullseye. It's the bullseye. It's time to hit that bitch in the spot. This is that season. This is not the season of I'm trying to figure this out, trying to see which way we going, trying to see which direction. Girl, what you think she meant? What you think? What you think they was trying to say? What you think they was talking about? No, this is what I meant. This is what I said. Bam, direct hit. No confusion. Nothing to be fucked up about. Direct hit. Bam. This that season. And you can't do that when you have people around you that are not working towards the same thing, that are not working with you, that are not that they're so busy trying to weave their own thing. And this is what I see a lot in community. You have people like me. I have complained about gatekeepers. I've made a numerous videos complaining about gatekeepers. But let's be clear. I don't have a problem with working with them. They've always had a problem with working with me. And the reason why a lot of them have a problem with working with me because they know the level of integrity that I have. They don't work with me because they know if the shit ain't right, I'ma say something about it. And if you play with me too much, I might talk about it on my platform. That scares people. When you have somebody that is gonna call out the underhanded shit you doing, and they don't even mind how it make them look. But that's what integrity looks like. When you speak about something, when you talk on something, you don't try to make yourself look good and make everybody else look bad. You say, okay, yeah, your dumb ass was there being a part of it too. But then when you realize that it was foolish and what you was doing wasn't right, you had that come to whoever it is you come to moment, and you said, no, this is not for me. And so a lot of gatekeepers have not wanted to work with me because they know that I am reflective. They know that I'm going to speak about it. They know that I'm going to call it out. And I don't even care how it makes me look. But that is a true elder. That is a true leader. That is a true guide. That is someone that's truly about community when you gonna call it out and you don't even give a fuck how it makes you look. Now, this is my dilemma, but there's a lot of girls who you'll see complaining about gatekeepers, and bitch, you really just want your turn to be one. You're no different than them. There are girls who sit up here and complain about gatekeeping and complain about other girls hogging resources. And I've hung around a lot of girls. I've hung around a lot of the trans community. I've worked with a lot of the trans community. And a lot of y'all ain't no damn different. This how you know a girl's spirit. You could tell a girl's spirit with or without money. And I had to teach one of my daughters this. When you have a good spirit, you're the type of person that will help people even with your last coin. If you got $50 to your name and y'all all out eating and everybody hungry, you'll buy everybody something to eat. And you may not have nothing but $10 left after it's over with, but you'll buy everybody something to eat. And guess what? I can't speak for how things work out for you because everybody have a different impression. Some girls will be like, well, girl, I'm not finna get no, I'm not spending my last, I don't know where my next dollar coming from. And girl, I gotta do this, and girl, I needed that money for that. There are some girls who have been so traumatized by this reality that they don't have faith that things are gonna work out. They don't have faith that when one door closes, another door opens. They don't have faith that when you give from the kindness of your heart and you mean it, that there's some kind of way a blessing is gonna come. And that's my mentality. I've always tried to help. I've always tried to share my last. I've always tried to create opportunities. I don't have a spirit of lack and limitation. And if I spend this, if I do this, how I'm gonna make this work. I bless people, and I'm blessed as a result. I could give and do something for somebody, and for a moment the thought might creep into my mind, well, girl, damn, you spent that money, how you, before I could even get the thought out fully, somebody will send me something, or somebody, or I'll get a response from something saying, oh yeah, remember when you did this last year, where here go a check, or here goes some money. Like, money will just find me. uh, Opportunities will just come to me because I have a heart to give. I have a heart to bless. Not true, I don't have no mega savings account. I don't have buku money saved, but I don't be struggling. I don't be trying to figure out. I don't be around here, oh, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. Like, I don't be struggling. When I need things, they materialize for me. When I need resources, they materialize for me. And that's because when I'm around, I'm always trying to share. I'm always trying to sow. I'm always giving, pouring in with my last. But they have girls who have their own resources. There are girls who have resources, and they'll take and they'll give money. They'll spend all of their money with a dude, with a halfling that they taking care of, that don't give a shit about the community. Not gonna show up for the community, not gonna help the community, don't even have no advice to give you in community. Ain't even speaking no encouraging word, ain't even empowering you. Ain't even pouring into you. And y'all will take y'all resources and give all y'all resources to them niggas, and then you don't have nothing for your sister. You don't have nothing for community. Then you won't complain about a gatekeeper when you done gave all of your resources to your fucking oppressor. When you done gave all your resources to the very beings where you trying to get attention from men, you trying to get attention from the patriarchy, you around here going to spend all of this money on peacocking for these niggas so they could be quiet and be silent while you get erased from everything. Shit, that's wild. And I'm not sitting up here saying that I've never been her. I'm not gonna say I ain't never been her. I have. That's why I know it when I see it. You have girls out here who will go out of their way to prove to a nigga that they that bitch. To prove to these niggas that they that bitch. And will sell their sister up the river, will shade their sister and act grand with their sister. And get mad with their sister, and then feel like you owe them something. Feel like because you have resources, because you have access, you owe them something. Bitch, I don't owe you shit. What you ever gave me? If you have ever been around me, if you a girl who's ever been around me, and I dare anybody to challenge this, if you are a girl who's ever hung around me, if you've ever been around me, I mean, like came to any of my events, my shows, you know a lot of the shit come out my pocket. If we ever been in the studio together, I paid for the studio time. If there was any Ubers to be called, any rides to be called when we was going to the hospital to visit somebody, I paid for it. And this is not me bragging. This is just me being honest about my spirit. Even if I don't have it. Because I want people to be comfortable. I want people to feel supported. I want people to feel seen. Bitch, if you ever came to my event, I made sure if it was somebody else's event, I brought food, I brought libations, I brought whatever was asked of me to bring. If people needed help with transportation, getting there or getting back, if I had a few dollars, bitch, if I had a grant and I was able to pay you, if I had some grant money and I was able to pay you and it wasn't coming out of my pocket, bitch, if we ever met to eat lunch, if we ever went on an outing, I paid for the fucking food, bitch. I paid for everything, bitch, that was needed to be paid for. Bitch, you didn't have to come out your pocket. Because that's the type of girl I am. That's the type of being I am. And I do not have a job. I do not do sex work. And I apply for maybe 1 or 2 grants a year. But because I'm the type of person that I am, I can call people and say, hey, because I'm going to pay it back in some way, shape, or form or fashion. Right now, there is at least 6 or 7 people I could call and say, hey, I need so-and-so and so-and-so. Hey, can I borrow da-da-da-da? If I need it, I could call at least 6 or 7 people right now and say I need this or that. Because I don't take advantage of people who have shown up for me. I don't give a damn what I went through, addiction, all the stuff that I've done. I still have a word. I still have integrity. And so people can paint whatever narrative they want to paint of me. But if you've ever hung around me and you know without resources, without access, bitch, you know how many songs, how many people I've collaborated with? Bitch, every time we went in the studio, all the times me and Empathy went in the studio, Empathy probably helped me pay for 1 session. Every time we was out, not just her, other girls. I ain't gonna name them, but bitch, if I'm provoked, I will. Bitch, if we out eating, bitch, everybody food paid for. Who paying for it? Me? Grant money or not? I open my doors. I let people come stay in my home if they don't have nowhere to go. But let's be clear. I'm very selective about the people that I let come live around me. Because I'm almost 50 years old. I ain't doing too much shenanigans. Now, you know, I could be a fun girl and I can have a fun time. But bitch, the fun got to cut off at some point. Because my nerves go to getting bad. Bitch, every day can't be a party. Bitch, we not getting it crunk every day. Bitch, we not living la vida loca every day. And if you're in that frame of mind, I can't have you around me. Child, it's not this party's at the fun house. This party keep on the singing. We're not every day. Not every day, boo. Not every day. You're not finna have me up all night. You're not finna have me up every day. Bitch, no. Bitch, I'm not finna feel uncomfortable going to sleep in my house because you're doing too fucking much. But if our energy, if you have a respectful energy and you know how to turn that shit down, you know you're familiar with a little thing called peace, we can vibe. Cause I am legit about community, and it's not about, oh, I could get a coin, or oh, I could get a grand, or oh, I could get money, da 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 da. Girl, one year I could have applied for grants and I ain't even apply for them because of my pride, bitch. In 2021, bitch, I didn't apply for no grants. And I look at my sisters and they think that you being cute with them. But girl, if you are really serious about what you're doing and this is really on your heart to do, you should already have a brand. You should already have what you stand. You should be able to recite your mission statement. You should be able to recite your vision. I've had the same mission statement since 2010, to create a safe space to document the stories of the overlooked and the underserved through media, advocacy, spirituality, and the arts. And guess what? For 15 years, that's what the fuck I've been doing. Creating a safe space to document the stories of the overlooked and the underserved through media, advocacy, spirituality, and the arts. Tell me where on my platform have you not seen me doing that? And just because I don't have mega brands and mega companies behind me doesn't mean I'm not doing the work. It just means that I'm not selling out. It just means that I'm not merging with every opportunity that promises to financially benefit me. Because at some point, you're no longer who you say you are. When you give in too many times, you're no longer who you say you are. But they got girls out here talking about they've been working on nonprofits and working on, well, girl, what's your vision statement? What's your mission? What's the purpose of your work? What inspired you to it? What led you to it? Just keep it real. And this is not to tear empathy down, but empathy is an entertainer. She has her creative artist moments. She can feel some pain and she could channel that and put that in her music. But for the most part, that bitch won't entertain you. Her brand is entertainment. That's why she calls herself drama. And a lot of girls, they just want their chance to shine. It's not it's not anything big. It's not, oh, I'm trying to shift consciousness. I'm trying to elevate people. I'm trying to expand people. No, I just want me a coin. I just want to be seen. I want to be that girl. I want to be the shit. I want to be known for being that girl and being the shit. It's not about elevating. It's not about expanding. It's not about shifting conscious. It's not about healing. But they'll say that shit. They'll say it. But you will know a tree by the fruit that it bears. Bitch, if you don't have no mission statement, and if you can't recite your mission statement by heart, if you can't speak to what your goals and your objectives are in community by heart, if you can't talk about what your work is by heart, bitch, if you gotta pull up a piece of paper and read, girl, if you struggling just to say what the name of your organization is, what the name of your work, I've worked with some of these girls for years. And every time I get around them hoes, the only thing that they say is their name. When they come to events, they say their name. That's it. Your name doesn't speak to your work, because when I listen to your music talking about the same thing these fucking halflings talking about. You saying the same thing in your music that these fucking halflings saying. So what's so special about you? Half of these trans women out here, you say the same thing these halflings saying because you want validation from these halflings. And I'm supposed to go and copy your music because you trans. I'm supposed to support your art because you my sister. Girl, stop. You ain't saying nothing to elevate. You ain't saying nothing to heal, nothing to expand. What you're doing is putting out you're doing the same gimmick these cis halflings doing because you want to sit at their tables. And we already know how this gonna go. Once you sit at their tables, you gonna forget where the fuck you came from because you doing it already in your lyricism. You've already showed us who you was by what you talking about now. So we already know what you about to give when you get a coin. Bitch, you don't have no integrity broke. Wait, let me read some of these comments. Girl, y'all got so many comments. Mmm. Okay, come on the bullseyes. We ain't Marvel halfling superheroes. I know that's right. One-on-one judgment, one-on-one judgment day specials. Yes, bullseyes. Thank you, Nikki. Um, T.S. I said what I said. Ashe, your light highlights their flaws and inauthenticities. You better say that, calling them out on playing safe in peasant slave land, because a lot of them do. Facts. Holding them accountable on assimilating and playing the halfling performance. You better say that. They know you're not going along to get along with the bullshit just to get along. Exactly. That's why a lot of these girls don't call me and don't work with me, because they know. And you okay, good for y'all. Y'all getting money. I could name girls in this video who have went and got their degrees so that they could assimilate and so that they could make sure that they was financially sound and so they could look out for a few bitches that have the same mentality that they have. I could name them. We could show them. We could name a lot of girls in community who we already know. We already know who they are. A lot of times, the girls who are like that, they gonna share a pretty picture. And then when they go live, you'll see the elitism. When they go live and they actually talk, one who I've had to read on here a multitude of times, the Secomium. When they talk, You when they talk for too long, you hear the elitism. You hear it. Like when they talk, when they get on their platforms and they talk, that's why a lot of them don't go live and talk for long periods of time, because you will hear the elitism. You ain't even got to and this is no shade to Hope. This is no shade to Hope Giselle. Because I don't think that Hope Giselle is a monster. I don't think that she's a scourge on community. But you can look at Hope and tell what Hope agenda is. You can look at her and tell what her agenda is. And people will say presentation is important. Carry you have to dress for success. People will tell you all of that, but all of that is conditioning. All of that's colonization. All of that's brainwashing. Because over everything, you have to be authentic. You have to be who you are. And sometimes when you have on all of that, when you put on that, and when you dress up, it's not always easy to speak from the heart. Because when you dress up all the time, sometimes you can't cut the performance off. And so people don't know who you really are, because every time we see you, you're in performance mode. That's why you see so many videos of me just waking up, bonnet on, titties sagging. Because I'm trying to be as vulnerable and as honest and as sincere as I possibly can be. Not to say that I can't put on my tribal pain or give you old sickening hairpiece or put on my bustiers and stuff and still give you authentic and still give you genuine. But it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit more challenging when you looking in this mirror and you seeing yourself all zhushed up. You feel like it's necessary to give a little extra. And sometimes people don't need the bells and whistles. They just need the meat of the message. And that's the thing that I don't like about the pageantry system. Like, the pageantry system has been around for so long, and we seeing so many, trans girls get crowned and win pageants. But how has all of these pageants and all of these titles and all of these crowns, how has all of these girls winning $10,000 cash prize, how has any of this gotten the world to legitimately respect us as human beings and respect our contributions to society, when you have presidents that could come into office and erase us from the history books and erase us from federal documents like that? Why are we afraid to have that conversation? Like, why are we afraid? Like, so many of us, Flock, you know how much money the pageantry system gives to America? You know how much dollars, you know how much money is generated through the ballroom scene and through the pageantry system? And what it's saying to me is that money is mainly going into patriarchal reserves. That money is not going into respecting trans people, even though oftentimes trans people are the origin story. Trans people are the origin story behind the pageantry system, and trans people are the origin story behind the ballroom scene. The ballroom scene was not started by gay men, and the pageantry system was not started by gay men solely. Because the most exciting part about the pageantry system is the feminine energy. And so where are those resources going? Where's all that money going if trans people are still struggling for respect in 2025? Where's all of that money going that's raised at Miss Black America? Where's all that money going that's raised at all these big expensive balls? Like where's all that funding going? All of these big events that we have, the latex ball and all this, like all these big elaborate events that we have in community, where's that funding? Where's the Miss Continental money going? Because most of those girls that are in Miss Continental are trans. Where's that money going if we still are not getting any respect from the government? This ain't love and hip hop. They have a limited masculine mindset, only seeing things from a punk's point of view. They don't understand that they are the currency. Exactly. Yes, limited mindset, masculine mindset. Straight up punks. You don't chase the energy of money. You align with the frequency of having infinite access to money and resources when you know you deserve everything and more. You better say that. You don't chase the energy of money. You align with the frequency of having infinite access to money and resources when you know you deserve everything and more. That is so beautiful, Anandia. When you have a pure heart, when you have pure heartfelt intentions to pour into yourself and pour into others, you create spaces and opportunities for people. Then everything you put out is going to come back to you regardless. That's so true. We are the cheat codes of this simulation. OMG, so true, Anandia. A lot of girls will sell their souls for a dusty piece of trade. You better say that. I used to be like that, but when I was in need, it's crickets. People just want to be nosy and find joy in your suffering when you went above and beyond for them, no strings. And that's why I am now. I'm being very selective about who I have close around me because you know when you see how people really are, when you pay attention, because in everything that I do, I observe people, I observe what I get back. That's why when hoes talk about, like when the Sacomium came on here and talked about how she took me out to eat and how she did this and that for me. But girl, you called my phone and stayed on the phone with me for 2 and 3 hours, girl, knowing that you was being inspired. Girl, knowing that you was calling me, girl, being inspired, girl, and you was feeding off my intellectual property, girl. You probably somewhere still watching videos, girl, being inspired, girl. But then you want to talk about you feeding me at Whataburger. Girl, stop. You want to talk about me wearing a designer jacket of yours. That girl I didn't even know was designer. That's how much I cared. Girl, hoes be really trying it. Hoes be really trying it, girl. Like I don't have friends that do things for me, girl. It's a real Louis, sister. Bitch, it's a real Louis, girl. My sister gave me this, girl. It's a real Louis, girl. And she didn't give it to me, girl. And brag. And girl, I have to feel like she had to get online, girl. And say, girl, she gave me countless Coach bags, girl. And Miss Thing girl gave me a Louis, girl. And diamonds, bitch. Bitch. Bitch, I have sisters give me things all the time, girl. Shit I ain't even opened up yet. Shit I don't even use. Shit I ain't even wore yet. Then girls will try to brag and be like, girl, she try to brag about that jacket, girl. Like that was so so grand. And girl, I'm not no person that feel the need to stunt, girl, because girl, I done wore the bag twice since she gave it to me. Like I may have worn the bag 3 times, and I've had the bag for over a month. So it's not like, oh, when I get material things, I'm just like, girl, look, girl. Like I have real fucking sisters. That's why I look at the fake ones and I side eye them now. And don't get me wrong, my sisters who are loyal to me and my sisters who do show up for me, girl, we have our reading sessions, girl. Everything don't be peachy keen, girl. We get into it too, girl. But I have sisters who are loyal to me and sisters who feel like, you know what, I even though you don't value these types of things, I see these things for you. I think that you should have this type of stuff because the way that you carry yourself, bitch, you need a Louis. The way that you carry yourself, bitch, you need some diamonds. You need some real diamonds on your finger. The way that you carry yourself, I see that for you. And I respect the sisters that I have who are like that. I respect the beings that I have in my life who are like that. And it's caused me to pay attention to the ones that's always ain't never got nothing, ain't never trying to have anything, but then want some of everything you got. Because it's one thing to not have nothing and to be okay with not having nothing and to not be the type of person that, okay, I'm a minimalist. I don't need all of this. I don't want all of this. Okay, that's fine. I'm a minimalist. I don't want all of this. But don't wait till you get around me and always have your fucking hand out if that's the girl that you are. And I had to check myself on that because I can be that person sometimes. Very much crackhead energy. I did used to smoke rocks. So I can give very much. Girl, you gonna give me one? Girl, can I have one? And it'd be so crazy, girl. I'll give that energy. And girl, then when I finally get it, I won't even use it, girl. That's a little moment of accountability for me, girl. I can't be that girl and be like, girl, you ain't buy me one. Girl, why I didn't get one? Girl, I will do that. Girl, I'll be like, girl, why you ain't buy me one? But and I'm not minimalizing it. I'm not gonna minimalize that behavior because that is some like crackhead behavior. But I will say this: I am the type of person that I show up for the people that I love. I prioritize them. I don't put other things before them. If we have plans, I'm going to show up. If you need me to help do something that I might not like doing, something that I feel like may be uncomfortable, I'm going to help because I'm loyal to people who are loyal to me. I show up for people who show up for me. I don't just like people who do things for me and people who look out for me. I'm like, okay, girl, well, thank you for the gift, girl. Girl, I appreciate that. No, girl. If we riding together, we riding together, bitch. If you need help on some shit, on some shit like real on some real shit, like bitch, we riding together. And that's what loyalty really looks like when you loyal to a person and you don't just be like, oh, okay, well, girl, I'm talented and I'm an artist, girl, and girl, I'm talented, girl, and I be making music, girl, and the hoes want to be around me because I'm a good artist, I'm talented, girl, and bitch, these hoes is my fans, girl. Thank you for giving me this. Thank you for no, that's not how life works. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck if you is talented or you is an artist. Like, girl, I need some help, girl. Can you get up off your ass and help me? I'm not just giving you stuff because you talented or because you creative. No, ma'am. I need some help running these errands. I need some help doing these chores. Bitch, I need some help with these shearing, bitch. And we got a lot of people in our community that's so narcissist. They just feel like you owe them something because they talented. They feel like you owe them because you creative. Like you talented, you creative. Girl, let me just go ahead and send you a cash app, girl. Let me go ahead and send you a coin, girl, because you so talented and creative. No, bitch, can you help me? Bitch, can you get your hands dirty as well, bitch? Laying on your ass watching me struggle, bitch. Waiting for some support, bitch. You got me fucked up. Bum ass bitches and niggas love to latch on to a kind hearted person and will suck you dry and move on to the next. You better say that. They love to see you down and have their hands out when you're up, like nah punk, kick rocks. This ain't TS House Party 3. If they always keep that volume up, they gotta go. Learn how to turn the volume down. Exactly. I fed bitches, listen to bitches' complaints about life, done hair, giving money, time, and energy that seems to make people hate you even more. I've had to learn that the hard way. Woo! Baby, you had preached with that comment because a lot of bitches, when they see how good your heart is, because that's not who they are, they resent you. You better, when they see that that's genuinely how you are, they mad at you because that's genuinely who you are. Like, they like, people are fucked up. People will be mad at you because you have not let the world dim your light. You have not let the world steal your joy. You are still a happy, healed person who like to serve people, who like to help people, who like to clean. Girl, I will go over to somebody else's house, girl, cook the meal and start washing dishes. But once you show me shade, like once I feel like you taking me for granted, I won't do it anymore. Like once I feel like you playing in my face, and it's a lot of bitches who feel like you're doing it for them because you are the servant. Like they're above you and they don't see it for the blessing that it is. They start to feel entitled and so they start to take advantage of that. And I don't let it harden my heart or make me stop helping people. It just makes me become more selective about who I help. And once I see that you have some fucked up energy going, I distance myself. I don't engage with you in the same way. Yes, but you know what's all good because they will never see a pure heart like yours ever again. Pouring into you and pouring into you is going to attract everything you did. For people and all the good islands gonna come back. For all the good, it's gonna come back tenfold. These trees are bearing fruit that spoils as soon as you pick off the vine. God Goddess will put you around certain people because a blessing to them, because you're a blessing to them, and they become a lesson to you. You will identify what not to fuck with anyone and identify more easier on what's meant for you. Come on now. Come on now. Learning. You were they blessing and they were your lesson. All you all y'all done got me started. I can guarantee you nobody is treating them cross dressers and transvestites like a whole human being the way I was. And you're right. They get no more. Wait, they get no more stop. They always miss you when you're gone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they grow up. They don't know they good, how good they had it until they lose it. Now they sitting looking dumb and gag punk in a wig. Cubic zirconium and that fake ass transvestite wanna be Madlock. And I had such high hopes for her. I'm not gonna say the name even though you wrote it. But I think the wannabe Madlock kind of gives it away. But I had such high hopes for her. I had such high hopes for her. I really did. I had such high hopes for her. A poke in a crunchy wig. Shake and go. Crunchy. Shredded wheat unit. TS crochet multicolored starter. Back locks. Crunch rocks. Not shredded wheat. TS tangles. TS stiff and knotted. Those pageant queens are just butch queens with face and body work. You better say it. I ain't want to say it, but it's given very much in full support of the Ponkyarchy. Thousands and millions are invested in punk pockets, and the host the ballrooms and pageants. Old nasty Botox funded punk orgy parties, organizations sponsored by Coke and Tina. Oops. Cocaine and rent boys. That's where the money is going. That's you say that's where all the money is going. Bussy boys. That's where the money is going. Super Rainbow Queen. Good morning, Grand Rising. Not throwing a Whataburger in your face. I'm what you gonna do with a woman's size 24, 26 jacket? Make a tablecloth. Girl, I'm not about to be doing this with y'all in this comment section. Give me your phone 100% pure love. A dinner tablecloth. Put on a dinner tablecloth. Put it on the kitchen table. Make some more curtains, not curtains, please. I will do anything for a plastic category trophy. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, y'all is cutting up in this comment section. Oh, let me find a candle. Oh my goodness. I love me some Anadia and some 100% pure love, child. You know what I love about y'all? Y'all can go deep with me, but y'all won't hesitate to eat that greasy pork chop. Like when I say deep stuff, when I be saying deep profound stuff, it don't go over neither one of y'all head. But y'all be ready to eat that greasy pork chop. That's how you know we kindred spirits, cause girl, people be like, how can she say all of that profound stuff? But she will not hesitate to gnaw on that greasy pork chop. Girl, I can eat a greasy pork chop, girl, and say some stuff that will have you scratching your head spiritually, girl. But at the same time, girl, we will gnaw on this good pork chop, girl. What y'all how it went. Yeah, don't come up in here making a whole bunch of noise now. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 candles today because we ain't did the 3 candle in a long time. And you know it's supposed to be the 3 candles because the 3 candles represent the Trinity. So I have a lavender candle, which is a purple candle. I have a vanilla candle, which is white protection, could be white protection. So we have purple, which is knowingness and sovereignty, white protection. And I also have a black candle. So we're going to light a vanilla candle, a lavender candle, and a black candle. Now, it was so funny when my son was over here the other day. And I call him my son, SUN, because not simply because he's Caucasian, which is like the ultimate version of light skin, but I call him my son because he is so young, and even though he can be serious and have like his serious moments, he's in this stage of where he sees the fun in life, where life is fun for him, but he have his serious moments and his business minded moments, but you can tell he's very young because one minute he's talking about this and the next minute he's talking about that and the next minute he's talking about that. And so he brings a bright point in my life because um just the fact that we're able to have the relationship that we have when we were brought up totally different. He challenges me to see the world from a different perspective. And so I call him my son because I see the world more brighter. I can see more of the world when he's around me. And it's so ironic that um I will call a Caucasian person who I'm mentoring my son. So, I think that's healing for me. Like I don't call him my son SON, I call him my son SUN. Which is pretty much similar. But he's my son. So but yeah, so what I was getting ready to say was when he saw this lighter, he was like he was like, okay, what's this lighter about? And every time you see somebody with a lighter like this, every time you see somebody with a lighter like this, you always think Tina. Because, bitch, I know when I see people with lighters like this, bitch, I think it's giving Tina, bitch. Bitch, you're cooking it under a pipe, bitch. Bitch, is there a crack pipe involved, bitch? Bitch. What's the tease, bitch? But I really just got the lighter because it's refillable. And I like cute lighters. And this lighter is very cute. Ain't it cute? I wish it was real metal, but it's plastic. But it's cute though. So, past, present, present, future. TS, T the demon. Tina turn up. Come on, TS Rose Gold. Yeah, so the candles are lit. We have lit the candle for the past, the candle for the present, the candle of the future. We acknowledge the ancestors who have come, the ancestors who will come, and the ancestors who are already here. As we blow out these candles on the physical plane, they grow with intensity and purpose on the spiritual plane, preparing us for times that are now. The flame is intense, must be a flame Moreau lighter. mm. We're multifaceted. I'm okay. I'm with the shits. Yeah. So tomorrow I may go live to do a another resurrection message because I feel like resurrection has been like a heavy theme that's going on, sacrifice and resurrection. I'm definitely going to do a paint at some point today, and so tomorrow's live, if I paint, because I know I'm not about to paint when I get off this live. When I get off this live, cut this light off, and I'm gonna lay up and watch some content for a little while. Then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna clean up and do some spring cleaning, put some music on, and hopefully that will shift me into the painting phase. That's the goal. That's the idea, but it don't always go like that. But that's the goal, so hopefully, prayerfully, tomorrow I will have a finished piece that I could share on live and talk about as it pertains to resurrection and as it pertains to sacrifice and resurrection. I really enjoyed y'all today. Anandia and 100% Pure Love, y'all carried the live. Thank you so much for your energy. It's been so healing, and I'm not going to get excited about it, but I wanted to let y'all know that I did write two grants, and one of the grants is for us to have a healing retreat. So some of my moderators, so that we can physically meet. So that we could physically meet and share space, so we can get like an Airbnb and we could like physically meet for like a week. So I did write a grant to do that because y'all have been major supporters of the nation. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope we get those coins. Um, Nah, I don't know. Like, I think 100% Pure Love, she probably gonna want to be off camera because you give me very stealthy vibes. Me and Anandi will probably be in front the camera. But I don't want to drag you in front the camera if you're not comfortable. But just you being there. So I want you to feel like, oh, I'm coming to this event. I got to be in front the camera. Because you don't necessarily have to be in front the camera. But I know Anandi. I already seen her. Like, she do public stuff. So, me and Anandi. But I did write a grant for us to do a healing retreat. And I said that I wanted to sponsor three of my moderators to come to an Airbnb, two or three of my moderators. So definitely, you and Anandia was the ones that I was thinking about when I wrote it. So so I wrote two grants. I wrote one for some other stuff, but I did write one for two of the moderators to come. For two of the moderators, well, two or three, depending on how much they give me. If they give me the whole amount, then I'm gonna try to do three. I'm gonna try to do three moderators. Um, I don't know who the third one would be. I don't think S Child is a moderator, but I like her too though. Like, I really like S Child. And I would like for Fatima to come, but she wait in the damn UK. Like Girl, that'll be the whole grant trying to get her here and get her here back. So hopefully one day we can get Fatima, to visit, or we could do something where Fatima gets to be more a part because I love me some Fatima too. But yeah, that's definitely something that I'm working on. So hopefully I will get that grant. If I don't get it, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying. I feel very inspired. I feel like it's a good chance that I could get it though. And it was so amazing that I applied for it literally the day before it was about, there wasn't going to be any time left. So I'm going to fill out for one more grant to try to see if I can, definitely secure those funds because I want some of the purple ones to be able to physically meet because I feel like when we physically meet, we create some powerful energy online. We do some really, really good shadow work, healing work, and root work online. And I just feel like having the chance to physically share space with each other will definitely help to catapult it, catapult the work to the next level and just help all of us to be able to heal collectively as we go back to our own spaces and places. People need that rejuvenation, that little gas up. And so I've been to some story circles before and they were very rejuvenating for me. They was very healing for me. I've been to some healing retreats before and they were very rejuvenative for me. And so I feel like having a lay lim lay lur healing retreat that centers wholeness and just working on wholeness as black, indigenous, trans and queer people as whole ones, like really like having that space to be whole and to explore the spirituality in a physical space, like in being able to build and share those memories with each other. I feel like that's important, and I feel like that would not only be powerful for us and empowering for us and impactful for us, but it would pour so much into people who are on the fence about Laylim Layler, people who are avid supporters of Laylim Layler, but have not had the courage to be as vocal about it as they would like to be. Like seeing the next step of Laylim Layler, like seeing like the nation, seeing the whole ones really like invest in spending time together, invest in physically creating space together, invest in physically celestial aligning. I think that would do so much for the movement, so much for the message. It would do so much for the youth who are watching these lives and don't really know what to say, are still trying to follow the crowd. Like it would just do so much for people who are spectators but really want to be a part of the movement, like for them to physically see us. Because I get why things are the way they are. I get why the people who resonate more with the platform are so far away from me. Like we live so far away from each other. It speaks to it speaks to our vines, it speaks to our roots. It speaks to our growth individually. And so I definitely feel like there will be growing pains when you get three powerful beings such as ourselves to share space. But I feel like the universe is preparing us for it. I feel like we are, growing and knowing each other through this virtual union. And I feel like when we physically share space with each other, we'll know enough about each other to know, how to balance it out, how to be able to read each other's energy. And I think that's one of the workshops that we should have during the healing retreat is like reading energy, is like being able to understand energy, like understand, like being able to see the signs of when one of our siblings is um experiencing some challenges and knowing, hey, do we need to step forward or do we need to step back? um you know and I think that workshop will be very important because, child, I could have used that workshop with empathy. I could have used that workshop a few months ago. So So yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this. Like I was excited when I wrote it the other day. I specifically wrote the grant and I had my moderators in mind because I want us to physically meet each other. I want us to physically share space. I want to be able to make sure that, y'all have a stipend, make sure that y'all travel expenses is covered, make sure that y'all lodging is covered because we're doing some important work. I don't give a fuck what nobody have to say. We're doing some important work. We're calling some shit out. We standing on business ourselves. Because Anandia has been practicing celibacy. 100% pure love ain't been fucking with these niggas. And I'm finally getting there to the point to where I'm like, girl, so like we really all of us standing on business. Like we really stepping away from these halflings. We really trying to model that, be that example. We playing the whole tape. We holding community accountable. We holding ourselves accountable. And that's the next generation. That's what the next generation of advocates need to look like. That's what the next generation of artists need to look like. That's what the next generation of queer storytellers need to look like. Playing the whole tape, challenging the system, talking about what's wrong, talking about how we missed the mark, and developing that, and stop trying to make our art, stop trying to make our storytelling, and stop trying to make our platforms palpable for white supremacy, making our platforms palpable for colonialism. They need to be trying to come and sit at this table. If they're really about change, if they really about doing something different, they need to be trying to come sit at our table, and not come and sit at our table to steal or to pillage, or to take something back to their people that they could use against us. They need to be coming to sit and trying to see how they could be of service, and how they could really help with this shift, how they could really help. And so we need to build ourselves up, and we need to build our spirits and our minds up, and build ourselves up collectively, so that we can be able to better identify those people who are coming into our spaces. Because as the nation continues to grow, as the nation continues to flourish, as the message becomes more out there, you're going to have all type of people that's going to be wanting to come sit at the table, who are opportunists and who are just trying to figure out. It's going to be girls who it's gonna be girls like now, wow, it's gonna be community members now that they being strategic now. They not cutting you off completely because if an opportunity do pop off, they don't want to not be they don't want to not have access to you. They don't want to not have your ear. So it's some siblings who are being strategic right now. They're not going to totally cut you off because they don't know if it's about to pop for you. They don't know if you about to get to that next level. So they still want to have access to you. So when you do get to that level, they could be able to say, hey, so I'm watching all that right now. I'm paying attention to everything right now. Paying attention to all of it. The ones who sitting back waiting, saying, I'm not gonna really be supportive. I'm not gonna be supportive enough to really like share your content, or to talk about it, or to be like really, really, really like invested in you, show up for you, nurture you, support you. Like I'm not gonna be on that level, but I'm gonna keep it cute though. I ain't gonna read you, I ain't gonna shade you. I'm gonna be polite, because just in case an opportunity really pop off, I want to be at the table. And I've been paying attention to those people this year, and those people are gonna get treated. You get treated. What you put in is what you get back. And so I'm not in a season of my life where I feel like I owe anybody anything. Anybody that you've seen me work with publicly in the past, I don't owe any of them shit. I don't owe nobody no money. I don't owe nobody no time. And I don't owe nobody no attention. So if I choose to work with all different people this year and all different people next year, it is my divine and sovereign right. Because your loyalty to me explains my loyalty to you. Motherfuckers will say, I came to your events, I showed up to your events, girl, and I'm not going to say no names right now because I'm not being petty in this moment, But girl, I may not have come to all of your events, but girl, there was times where I couldn't go and I paid for other people to go. It literally was a cover charge to get into your shit. And I paid $50 so two of the community members could come and support you. But you had the audacity to tell me that you supported my events when I motherfucking came out my pocket and paid for two community members to come support your shit when I couldn't go. Cause I was out of town. So don't never try to throw up in my face how you supported my events when I supported yours. I ain't gonna read her just yet. But it can happen. Cause I'm not doing the envy and the jealousy. I'm not doing the shadiness because you're maneuvering in a certain way and and it's not panning out for you, so you want to blame the people that's closest to you. I'm not doing that. You want to blame the people who support you rather than blaming the people that are sucking you dry and taking your energy. And a little bit of it you deserve because that's the type of bitch you are. You reap what you sow. If you got a whole bunch of fake bitches around you, maybe it's because you fake. If you got a whole bunch of disloyal bitches around you, maybe it's because you're disloyal. If you can't trust none of these hoes, maybe it's because you're not trustworthy. Bitches get on my nerves with that language. I don't trust none of these hoes. These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes, bitch, you're not. If you want loyalty, be loyalty. Be loyal. If you want trustworthiness, be trustworthy. If you want real people around you, then be real. Stop performing all the time. Be genuine. Even when it's messed up. And then take accountability when you are messed up. I love y'all infinitely. I love y'all too. Beautiful day. Beautiful, gorgeous day. We deserve always. Oh, that's gonna be hella interesting indeed. I'm screaming. LOL. S Child, my sister. Good people. I love some S Child. I fucks with it. I'm down. Oh, it's finna be a cosmic celebration when we link. Mmm. Where you been? This in the open doors like never before. 1111, 1111, 111, angel number. Girl, where's y'all feeling all this at, girl? I feel the same too. Y'all must be looking at it is we stepping into whole alignment. Yes. My shit got cobwebs in it. Cobwebs. My cookie jar got bookshelf dust. TS, we don't owe nobody shit. Exactly. TS, the bill has been paid. I say. Next docket. Okay, Judge Kadi. Yes, honey. TS order in the court. TS not to be trusted. If you want it, model that shit. Exactly. Exactly. So, with that being said, down but down that I say cool, keep spinning and turning in Gani Iyanko Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God goddess. And if I am, you know you are. Bound and round, both circle and square, we too speak life, so operations beware. Sending healing to those in despair, El Babosawa, which means we come in peace. No harm to any, Lelem Leler. You don't have to be filthy rich to stand on business. Yeah. So y'all have a beautiful day. Y'all take care of yourselves. I again am going to decompress after this amazing live, after this amazing energy. I'm going to decompress. I'm going to just lay out. I'm going to resist the urge to roll that weed that is in the drawer. I want to be able to get on live tomorrow and say, no, I did not smoke that last joint. I want to be able to get on live and say that tomorrow. I did not smoke that joint. I was painting. I was focused. No, I did not go and get a plate of fried meat. I did not go and get a plate of sauteed meat. I did not do that. I drank teas. I had coffee. I did my little healthy fruit smoothies with seaweed. I want to be able to say that tomorrow. I want to be able to say that this live was transformative and healing as fuck. Thank you. I'm so happy. Cause yesterday it was sad. Yesterday it was tragic. Tragedies are commonplace. All kind of diseases are slipping away. Mother yesterday. And look, I was wondering why I was so like depressed. Then when I walked outside, I was looking at the banner that's hanging in front of, and okay, so the other night before I got ready to go to sleep, they was all so it's a church on the side of my apartment building, so they was praying in the parking lot. And they prayed right in front of my door. You could hear them. And then, Father God, Jesus, and in Jesus' name, and thank you, Father, and da 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 da. And then I go and look on the sign, and I see He has risen on the sign. I'm like, who these halflings, girls? Girl, all this halfling activity, girl. I was like, all this halfling activity, girl. I was like, girl, they got a banner hanging up on the front gate, girl. He is risen, girl. And then the halflings was praying over here, girl. Praying over here by my window the other night, girl. And girl, I was like, girl, it was halfling festivities, girl. Girl, like it was too much, girl. It was too much. It was too much. And I'm wondering why I'm having sleep paralysis and shit, girl. So I got to get more focused. I got to get more disciplined because I wanted to live here. I chose this, knowing that there was a church right outside, knowing what it was giving. I have to be more focused. I have to be more disciplined because if this goes left, it's because, girl, ma'am, you're not on your shit. You felt like you was powerful enough to live next to a halfling church because I love the location. I'm on the ground floor. It's not a one way in, one way out. It feels the way that my apartment is set up, I feel like I'm in New Orleans. I feel like, and that's not an easy experience to get in New York because everything is very high rise building and you way off the ground and all that. So I found a place that feels kind of like I'm in the South. It feels a little bit more homey. My apartment feels a little bit more like a home rather than an apartment. And so that was important to me. Being able to cultivate that energy, being able to have a space that feels like that. And so I had to take the good with the bad. There's a church. Literally, if I walk in the same building, inside the same gate, if I walk outside, there's a Christian church and they be praying and you hear the Jesus and you hear all of that. And so I knew what I was getting into. I knew what I was getting into. But I can't be around here off my beat and I can't be around here off my beat knowing that spiritual warfare is literally happening all the time. It's literally happening all the time. And so I have to be a model. Get away. I have to be a strong model and I have to be prepared, for the subliminal spells and the outright ones. And bitch, if I'm always full and high, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna be paid attention. If I'm laid up with a halfling, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be sleeping at my post. So this is not the season to be sleeping at your post. My siblings, this is not the season to be sleep at your post. And as I say that to you, I say it to myself. I would have started blasting some 3 6. That's that Sagittarius energy, baby. I love you even more for that idea. Y'all gonna make me play some 3 6 for you today. With the door open. And be yeah. All right. I love y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you for the purple hearts. Laylim Layler Nation. Purple ones rise. See y'all tomorrow if everything goes well. But take care until then. Later. Love y'all.